Congratulations. Can you give us your reaction on your second nomination? That is the Walter Payton Man of the Year.
Well, I appreciate that. It's amazing. It truly is. When you talk about Walter Payton and you just know who the man he is, and get to know his family, through this time of my first time, and then being nominated for the second time is truly, I'm super grateful. I'm truly a blessing for me and my family. It's obviously there's so many great people in this building that deserve it with our community and what we do here as players and what the Broncos organization gives us a voice and a platform. But for them to select me my second time, I don't take it very lightly. It's something that's really cool to be a part of this, very prestige award, and being able to go represent the Broncos organization and being able to be in front of everyone. So I appreciate everyone.
Garett, what can you tell us about last time when you had to go a couple of years ago, what you learned about the award, and I guess the process with which they select to the overall winner is?
Obviously I have no pull into who wins or who's that. I think everyone's deserving of what it is, but obviously being there, being at the Super Bowl in Las Vegas, and getting to do all the amazing things, all the different community works that they have, all the different gigs that you do throughout the week, and then obviously going to NFL honors and walking the red carpet with my wife and being there to represent the Broncos organization was amazing, a dream come true. So just grateful to be a part of it again. Obviously, I got to know the Payton family and get to know who they are and the kids and get to speak to them, and then how amazing and truly blessing they are, and then all the people nationwide and the love and support that they do to present this award. It's definitely one of those awards that is amazing. It really is. It just speaks the volume of what type of person Walter Payton was, and obviously he was an amazing football player, but even an amazing person, and all the amazing things he did. Where he's from, coming from an HBCU college, and then become one of the best running backs to ever play the game. So to be honored for that and to be a part of that and their family is truly awesome.
You are one of only 5 Broncos who have won it multiple times. I think the first time you probably won it because of your youth detention center work, and this time because you raised your game, right?
I don't know if I raised my game. I just do it because I truly do love and care for these kids. Obviously, with the detention center, we're in the processing of, remodeling all the pods. I think there's 6 pods that we do, with new carpet, new paint, new couches. Obviously communication things for these kids to interact with their families and their mentors. A place where they're just not locked up and just feel like it's just white walls and brown benches. It's actually something where they can claim that it's home. There's a study where they did this in prisons across the country, and obviously it's made a huge impact for a lot of people. And so I wanted to start it, take what I've learned at some of the prisons I've gone to, with Carrie and the Penner family, and being able to take that same and apply it here at the Foot Center and work with Majesty Dumbler and the probation incentives courts, and then obviously, with the most renowned speech therapist, Miss Jenny, and what she's done for my son Kingston, and seeing the struggles that he has over the last couple of years, and seeing where he's grown. And 1 in 1,000 kids struggle with apraxia of speech. So if you really look at that, we have 75,000 fans in our school, in our stadium. So that's 75 people out of the entire stadium. So if I did my math correctly, but if you really look at it, like, it's a very rare thing, and to know that it hits such a close home to me, I wanted to create something to give back to these kids. Miss Jenny has gone all over the world with Chile and Istanbul and Argentina and all these different places that she's been to, Korea, all these different places that she's done to help kids. I wanted to create the first ever apraxia training center to be able to train speech pathologists to be able to learn more about apraxia speech, so that these kids aren't suffering in schools across the country, that they'll be able to come learn our curriculum, be able to train. The curriculum is going to be called I Am King, which stands for my son Kingston, and being able to train these people to give them the proper help that they need so that they can go back to their schools, different parts of the country, and also the different parts of the world where they can go back and blow this up as big as we can to give back to the kids that are in need and help these kids that are, don't know how to talk and that are shy to talk, and giving them a voice and a platform.
It opened in August, so I know it's only been a few months, and you're obviously focused on your day job. But how is it going there with people coming and learning and signing up, I guess, for down the road?
It's going great. I think our first, we obviously want to open up sooner because there's a lot of things that take place, making sure the school's ready to rock and roll, their curriculum, all the different activities we got to do. and obviously, finding the people that want to come. Our board is phenomenal. We brought in a lot of big-time people across the country that want to be a part of this. Miss Jenny is great. She has so many connections with so many great people. We've also learned that, when you have apraxia, you also struggle with literacy. So we brought in one of the most renowned literacy speech therapists, Miss Lauren. Those two are remarkable and have been huge blessings into me and my wife's lives. And watching them come in and watching them work with Kingston and all the things that they do, their curriculum should be done at the start of this year, and then we should launch our first training session hopefully by July. So we wanted to open it up and just get it ready to rock and roll. Obviously, there's a lot of things that take place into it, but we're right where we need to be. And obviously we have a big thing coming up in May that we'll be able to go down to Arizona, big, huge apraxia conference, and be able to share what we're doing. Not only that, but we're gathering a huge resource. Thing that's cool about this is we're going to have a huge resource platform where families will be able to go, because these kids and families don't know where to go to find help. And so we'll be able to have a platform where they'll be able to go and be like, hey, I live in New Mexico, and they'll be able to click on New Mexico and find out the people that are specialized in apraxia speech, so these kids can go get the help they need. So there's a lot of cool things we're doing. I'm really excited about this. This has been something I've always wanted to do as a kid. Kids that struggle with learning disabilities and people that that don't have a voice like I used to not have. So now that I have one, I want to use my platform and be able to help as many kids as possible.
Yeah. Talk about having a voice. Just thinking back to when you first got here, and kind of the struggles that you went through and working through those, and now having the contract from last year and playing at the level you're playing at, and having this to go along with all that. Just, did you think that was possible back in 2017?
God is good, man. I mean, that's really what it is. I always knew I could get here. I've had great mentors along the way. Obviously, Von Miller's one of my all-time favorites, and just the time that we spent together, the time that's not only talked to me about the game, but the type of man that I want to become, and, the leader that you want to come in the locker room. Obviously, Derek Wolf and Aqib Talib and Chris Harris, like all those guys. And then, obviously RP to Marius DT. He was probably the biggest one that I saw what he did with the Boys and Girls Club. And, what's amazing about this organization, was a lot of people don't know, is like we have one of the best, community outreach teams in all of football and all of sports, to be honest with you. And they give you, exactly what you need. If it's, if you want to work with kids, if you want to work with adults, if you want to work with kids with autism or whatever it is, like they have all these connections around the country. And so when I first came in here, just working with Liz and Allie, and then obviously Olivia came, and all the amazing people we have in our community department, like they actually gave me a voice and a platform to go do it. I told them what I wanted to do. I told them I wanted to create a foundation, and they just helped me organize it, and obviously with my team and everyone above. So there's a lot of people that I give credit to, the love that I have for this organization and the people in this building that have become some of my best friends, and I'm just grateful to be part of here. Obviously, this is where I want to be. I wanted to create a legacy, not just in football, but off the field. And I'm a big believer is the way that you live your life off the field is how you perform on the field, and that's just what I stand by. And obviously, it's paying what it deserves. So I'm just grateful to be a Bronco and obviously have a voice and a platform to be able to share it with so many people here in Denver.
And for two more.
Garett, the work that you do with the kids and speech therapy and all that, how much of that was influenced by Greg and Emily, taking you in at 19? What kind of influence did they have on the man you become?
Now you're trying to get me emotional. Obviously, my mom and dad are just huge people in my life, with Greg and Emily, and what they've done for me. Oh man, now I'm gonna start crying. But they've given me everything. I'm just so beyond grateful to just have people that love me for who I am and care for me and be there for me. I'll never forget the time when I was younger and I was sitting on the top of the stairs, which you guys have heard this story before probably, but I never knew that she was just I thought it was just a short time thing. I didn't know it was gonna be 14, 15 years of being a part of this family that has given me so much. And I'll never forget when my mom told me that I'm gonna be there when you get married, I'm gonna be there when you have your kids, I'm gonna be there when all these big moments, and she's never let me down. And like having that relationship with a mom and the respect that I have for her and what she's done for me means the world to me. I mean, obviously without them, I wouldn't be married to my beautiful wife, Natalie, and being able to have 3 beautiful kids, Kingston, Orion, Zaya. So I'm beyond grateful. They've given me so much in my life, and obviously, my mom always taught me this: to love God and love people. And I've always just taken that because that's my story. And obviously, there'll probably be one day that I'll write a book about my life and the things that we've done and the things that we're doing. Because I truly want everyone to know, like, you can go be great, you can go live your dream. And all it takes is somebody to love you, and that's what it did for me. Everyone's a little bit different, but all these kids that I reach out to and talk to, if it's the Marvin Foot Center, if it's the probation court with Magic Stumblers, the praxia community, like all these people are so amazing. And I think the one thing that we lack, not just in that community but in the world, is love. And if we love everyone truly, it doesn't matter what color, race you are, where you come from, religion, background, how tall you are, how small you are. Like, if you truly love somebody and look for their greatness, you'll be able to find greatness in anybody. And it all starts by just saying hi or how are you doing. And that's how the conversation happened with Greg and Emily, and the love that I have for them. And that's my family. All my brothers and sisters, all my nieces and nephews means the world to me. And without all these people in my life, my team, my agent, my mom, this organization, I wouldn't be where I'm at today. And I'm beyond grateful for that. You guys, getting to know you guys over the last couple of years. Oh, it's been a lot more than a couple of years. It's been almost a decade, but feels a lot longer. But I'm just beyond grateful, man. Seriously, this is amazing to represent this community and to be a lifetime Bronco here, and that's always been my dream. And I know it was just a moment in time until my football career took off, and then obviously to have a voice and a platform to continue to build up this community that we live in. So I appreciate you guys, and thank you so much.
Garett, speaking of, is there time for one more?
I mean, that sounded like a perfect closing, but one more.
I was just going to ask you about on the football field. You talked about the highs and lows. How special is it to be on a team of 10-2 right now, especially since you've seen some lows with this team in the back-to-back 10-win seasons that you guys have just taken off?
It's just a moment in time, brother. As you look at sports, right? If it's basketball, if it's baseball, if it's football or any sport, you have lows, you have highs and lows, and no team can just go so many years over and over again with losing. I mean, you got to do something about it, and it starts with the top of the bottom. Like when you build a foundation, like a house, like if you have a crack in your foundation, your house isn't gonna stay for long. And we had a bunch of cracks, right? We had a bunch of leaky pipes, like Coach Payton said a couple years ago. Like we truly did. Not only did we had great players. We had players that wanted to play, but it was just like all the small and simple things that you ever thought would go into football. And it's the thinking, it's the culture, it's the attitude, it's the love that you have for your teammates, it's the people that are behind the scenes that nobody even knows. It's the people that clean our buildings, it's the people that come and wash our cars, it's the weight room, it's the community team, it's the front office, it's like all of the above, the analytic department, and then obviously when you have great owners that you see this building behind us, like this is what it takes to build an empire, and that's what we want. And this organization's been an empire, right? I mean, you go back to John Elway days and all those things, and Steve Atwater days, like people feared to play the Broncos, and there's a reason for it, and there's a reason why we're one of the biggest organizations in the world. And obviously because blue and orange are good colors, and you got to love those colors, but it's just the people that come in here. And obviously we got the greatest owners in all of sports that are just so humble and just want to be a part of us and want to give us everything that you can dream of. And that's why we're 10-2. I mean, that's truly what it is. And we got a great locker room. We got a great quarterback. We got great young players that are eager and humble to learn. We got a great O-line room. We got great coaches. Coach Steve, Coach Payton, great whole offense. I mean, obviously the defense speaks for itself, and all those great players that just, the established of that. I mean, this has always been, a defensive organization, right? And then obviously, when you get a quarterback that the defense knows can go down and win games in crucial moments, that's what it takes. And to be a part of this and watch this all revolve into something special, I mean, something big, it's truly a special time for me and my family to be a part of. And I couldn't be more grateful about where we're going, how we're going about our business and what we're doing. It all speaks volume of just the people we have in this building, and I'm just truly blessed to be a part of it, and I'm excited to see what happens down this stretch.